Hello, I'm Felix, and on Radio Gregson from the Gregson Centre Volunteers, you can expect to hear a mix of new writing, storytelling, drama, interviews, expert talks, comedy, music, and lots more. Plus, we'll keep you in the loop with what's happening each month at the Gregson, our beloved community space. In this episode, I sat down for a chat with volunteers from the local non-profit Transpiration Wellbeing, who host regular outdoor wellbeing sessions by and for the trans, non-binary and gender questioning folks. We'll also hear from the queer community choir, who have an upcoming performance, and of course, we'll keep you up to date with what's happening at the Gregson over the next month, as well as highlighting some of the regular events and groups for LGBTQ folks, because the Gregson is somewhere everyone can call home every month of the year. So grab a brew, get comfy, and let's dive in. Felix here for Radio Gregson, and I'm here with Transpiration Wellbeing founder and Nature and Wellbeing officer Alex, and our volunteer and committee member Jack. So hi both of you, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm good.
I'm doing very well too. I'm enjoying the lovely weather.
It is lovely, it's a lovely sunny day today, which is the perfect kind of day to advertise exactly what Transpiration Wellbeing is. So how would you sum up what the aims of Transpiration Wellbeing are?
Transpiration Wellbeing is all about creating a safe, inclusive space for trans and non-binary people to connect with each other and also to spend a bit of time outdoors, get away from it all.
Where did the idea come from to start this up? You know, I'm sure it's something that a lot of people understand. There is a need for spaces for LGBTQ people and especially for trans and non-binary people to be out in nature as much as anyone else. So where did the idea come from and how did you get this project started?
Well, I think my passion for nature really came out of some of my own struggles around mental health and finding my identity as a trans man. And I've been working now for the Bay Blueprint for Recovery for a number of years, and I thought it would be really exciting to create a space that was specifically for our community to connect with nature and with other people as well, because I know how isolating it can be as a trans person and how healing spending time in nature is.
Yeah, because you're a doctor, aren't you?
I am. I'm a doctor of butterflies, so I've studied particularly rare species of butterfly, but I love all butterflies. I think they're fascinating and beautiful and can teach us so much about ourselves.
Oh, it's lovely that you've got such a passion for both, you know, community and for nature, and you've been able to combine those in this project. It's fantastic.
It's really exciting because I think, yeah, for me, mental health and nature are just two things that really go hand in hand. And so it's really amazing being able to do this work and, you know, working with our community as well and bringing people together.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been introducing a lot of people to nature, but also to each other at these sessions and making friends. So how long ago did the project start?
As an idea, it's been something that's been floating around in my head for quite a few years now, just thinking, oh, it would be amazing if somebody could do this sort of project. And it's been, over the last year or so that it started to come together. We started researching a few options and came across the LGBT Futures Equity Fund with Consortium. And I initially approached them. They were just really excited by the idea and really supportive. And I think having that support made me feel like, oh, it isn't just that I have this idea, I think it would work, but other people were encouraging and made me feel like it would be something that I could set up with their support and also with the support of Lancashire Wildlife Trust.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's great because I know from, you know, the inside of working on the Bay project that how inclusive it is, but I think it's also communicating that to other people, and I think it is easy to be feeling isolated and to think, oh no, I wouldn't be welcome here. So it's really nice to be able to run this project with support of an organisation like Lancashire Wildlife Trust and show that they really are interested in being inclusive and they do truly believe that nature is for everybody.
Jack, how did it start out for you?
I would say my largest contribution was as kind of a sounding board. The idea is very much Alex's child, and then I provided some resounding yeses because I think it's a really great idea. I love being a part of the whole project. And then we just started talking through it. You just explained to me your idea and I asked some questions, and then it just kind of evolved from there. And then before we knew it, we were onto the grant.
Yeah.
We applied for that, and then
Lots of proofreading.
lots of proofreading. Yeah, there were just a lot of stages where you kind of needed a second person along for the ride just for a little while, and so I've ended up continuing with it.
And I think it's nice to know that is something that's very much kind of grassroots, really. It's just come from the ground up. It's nice to know that you can have an idea and want to create something like this, and then we can skip to the end where it's a fully realised creation, it's a project that's going, and that you have these sessions. It's having a positive influence in our local trans and non-binary community, and you've done that. It's really good for other people to know that it is an accessible thing, that starting their own community groups isn't out of anyone's reach. You might need a bit of support.
It's been really exciting as well, just having people show up. Like, I think there's always that worry when you're doing a new thing. Oh, what if nobody wants to come? What if they come once and then are like, not going back to that? They made me sit in a field.
Yeah. Was the first session a bit daunting?
Yeah, it definitely was.
And then the second one, when people actually returned, you were like, I've made a lasting impact. What kind of do the sessions aim to do? What is the structure of them, if there is much?
So we have two parts to the session, really. There's the main session, which just lasts 2 hours, and that's really trying to be more of a small group, which is particularly focused on well-being, and we have different LED activities that link into the 5 ways to well-being and ways that we can connect with nature while also doing something positive.
What are the 5 ways to well-being? Can you list them off now?
We've got... I made a handy acronym. It's actually CONNECT, LGBT.
Oh.
So we've got connect, learn, give, be active, and take notice.
Oh, fantastic. So these are things everyone can do. I'm going to try and remember that then.
That's right. And they're probably things that people find they are already doing in their lives, but the real power of the 5 ways to well-being comes when you do it a little bit more intentionally and sort of slow down and notice those things and how you can build them into the activities you're doing. And nature's full of ways that we can build those things in. And yeah, they are very relaxed sessions. So for the wellbeing sessions, we do have activities, and each week has a theme. So over June, we've been linking into 30 Days Wild as well, the Wildlife Trust's campaign. And today we were finishing off an insect house that we've been making.
That was a lovely communal activity we've all been doing, and it's really lovely because it involves a lot of different steps, and everyone can be working on different things depending on their preferences. Art is a big part of it, but also the woodwork, which is a lovely way to get very much literally in touch with nature, very tactile, great working with wood, and then it all comes together. So you can kind of do what you want as part of a community, and there's a real sense of togetherness even if you're over on the other side of a field away from everyone else having a bit of quiet times. A lot of your 5 ways to well-being you end up with them unconsciously. The less you think about them, the more effectively you end up doing them in some instances, in my opinion. It sounds
very accessible as well, that, you know, because I use mobility aids and I've come to a few of the Bays sessions. They've been so accessible. You know, if I have lower energy that day, there's no pressure to join in fully with the activities. I can even bring my own and sit in the corner and do it. And I noticed that today you've got people doing their own thing, doing a bit of crochet in the corner, or just sitting on their phones, or just listening to the sounds.
That's right. There's never an expectation to turn up and be something, or, you know, be fun to be around or anything like that. It's bring what you're with and feel free to participate and get involved as much as you want to. You know, there's always teas and coffees, so like take yourself off for a quiet cup of tea and just enjoy the birds as well as being around people.
Yeah. So when you started these out, you did a few taster sessions to test the waters, see if people were interested. So what kind of activities did you do for those?
That's right. So the first one we made Japanese kokedama planters, so moss balls, planting summer bulbs into that, and that's a really lovely tactile activity. You can get really hands-on with that. And we also did a little bit of an introduction to fire lighting.
Ooh.
And that session was held on the spring solstice, so we thought a little bit about our goals for the coming season and things that we wanted to let go of, and wrote some notes and burnt them on the fire. So that was very cathartic.
Yeah.
Our next session was more of a bushcraft and art session. So we did a little bit more of a deep dive into fire lighting techniques and different sorts of firewood, and we made some charcoal. Yeah, that one went down really well, and we spent a little bit of time doing some mindful sketching with the charcoal as well, which was really lovely.
It's always fantastic when you can make something and then get to use it.
Yeah,
Seeing
the
that whole
pencils
process.
that you showed people how to make out the charcoal was really amazing. real simple stuff, but it's something to take away with you. It's a souvenir, but one you can make yourself, remake when you run out of pencil after doing all the art as well.
Oh, that's fantastic, because it's like, you often don't know these things exist until someone shows you. You know, you wouldn't think, oh, I can make that myself. It's the same with making like a bird feeder or an insect house. You might not necessarily think about it, but, you know, we were chatting earlier, you said it was just made out of an old CD cabinet. You know, it's nice to be introduced to a lot of these crafts and activities, because then you can realise, oh, I can do this now, and I've got these skills I can take away with me and I can do it again.
More and more avenues for creativity that you're showing people. It's really good.
Are there any sort of projects or arts and crafts or skills that you would like to do in future sessions? Is there any skills you'd like to impart? I can see Alex looks very excited.
Oh, there's something I'm really excited about, which is natural dyeing. So there's a few different techniques that we can use using plants and different things around in the natural environment for art, and we're going to make some patches.
Oh, because I've done that with bunting before, some natural dyeing. It's getting the natural colours from sort of plants and vegetables.
That's right, yeah. So quite a few flowers are very good for natural dyes, and other parts of the plant as well.
They make some quite vivid colours. It's really quite surprising, but if you think about it, it also feels very historic. You imagine this is just must have been how they did it way back before.
An ancient skill.
Yeah, exactly. How they used to do it back in the olden times, when if you wanted a piece of colourful clothing, you had to make it colourful yourself.
It's nice to feel like you're bringing an old skill back into the modern day, and it kind of connects us a bit to our ancestors. Not to get too deep, but it connects you to like older traditions. It's the same with, you were saying you were celebrating the summer solstice as well. It's lovely to keep those traditions.
A connection is what it's all about. That's one of your big things, one of your core values that you have.
Yeah, definitely. Connection to nature, connection to other people, connection to the community, connection to the local wildlife as well. I think it's fascinating how much there is locally that is really interesting that we might just walk past and not really appreciate, especially in the coastal areas.
That's one of the things I really love about coming to the same place every week as well, is, you know, when we started these sessions, it was in March, and the changes that we've seen with all of everything growing and leafing up and flowering, it's really wonderful kind of seeing those changes week on week. And I suppose alongside that, you know, seeing the changes of people who've been attending and people really opening up and making new friendships and gaining confidence.
It's lovely, especially if you start the sessions in spring, just as things are starting to bloom, and getting to watch the people who come to the sessions bloom as well at the same time. That's very poetic. That's lovely.
Yes, the idea with the structure of the sessions was to have the wellbeing sessions, which are the 2 hours with more lead activities, and then just after that to have a drop-in, which is more informal. It's just an hour, and it's for people if they don't want that sort of regular commitment but want to be involved in some way, or just want to come down and see what it's all about. People are welcome to get in touch with us, and I can give them the details of the drop-in, and they can meet us and see if coming along to the sessions would be for them.
Yeah, it's good. You can tell that you've put a lot of thought into the different levels of commitment people are willing to give, and they might not be able to around work and hobbies and children and stuff, you know, but it's nice that you can do a casual drop-in, you can do a bigger one, and there is also, I hear, an away weekend coming up soon, which is very exciting.
That's right, we'll be running our first Wellbeing Weekend residential in August. It'll be a 2-night residential from the 15th to the 17th, and that'll have spaces for 25 people. It'll be a mix of camping outdoors and also sleeping in a bunk barn. And it's a beautiful place. There's an absolutely gorgeous bit of ancient woodland that we can spend time in. We'll be doing some different activities throughout the weekend, and there'll be space for quiet time and self-guided activities, as well as some workshops which are all about nature connection, getting to know one another, and well-being.
I can tell it's going to be just a lovely time, at the very least, to take yourself off to somewhere new, be connected to nature, be quite surrounded by it in a way that you might not be at home. That sounds really exciting. So if people do want to get more involved in Transpiration Wellbeing and in the project itself, I'm sure we can find it on Facebook, Instagram.
That's right, we have Facebook and Instagram, and we have a link tree with an option to sign up for our mailing list if people want to have updates. And on the link tree there's also a link to the Bay's sign-up form, which is how people can sign up to pre-register for the sessions, and then we'll send them the details of where we are, and I'll send some handy photos and instructions on how to find us as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. So, before we end, does anyone have any favourite memories of things that you've partaken in or achieved, or just as people who volunteer and coordinate these sessions, is there anything that you feel quite proud of and quite happy that you've been able to witness and see?
I would say my favourite bit of it thus far, because I have remembered my favourite part now after a little while of due consideration. I think our first walk around of the entire place where we're at, this lovely natural area that we've got, and we did a very long, very gentle, very easy tour of it, all the different areas and things, and as part of that same session, kind of as part of a bigger whole, one of the one of the activities that you thought up for us was real simple, but it was really great, and it was just finding a stick, an interesting looking stick, but any that you could find around and about, and looking at all the minute details of it, all the little pieces of lichen, all the mosses, all the little rings that you could see inside, the texture, the smell, the taste if you wanted to be really brave, but I don't think anyone took you up on that, apart from when they tried your birch tea, I think. But anyway,
Birch tea sounds interesting.
It is interesting. So some people did try and taste the sticks, but seeing how much concentration you could put on noticing the nature around you and the smallest details you could find about something. And then I think as part of the activity you mixed up all the sticks, and then you saw if people could find which one was which.
Oh, that's nice. It's like, connecting yourself to nature in a way where you're thinking like, that's my stick, that's the part of nature that has spoken to me, and being able to identify that and identify those little details. It's a lovely mindfulness activity. And I'm sure a lot of these things people can just do in their own free time. People listening to this could go, I might go in my garden and see if I can find a nice stick or a rock and really look at the colours of it and the different colours in the sun and in the shade, and see if there's anything growing on it, any insects underneath.
Yeah, I think anytime I take a really close look at things and slow down, I'm always surprised by what I see, and all of the things you can just walk past without noticing are there at all. And I think nature's full of those things and full of those little moments that can ground us.
Yeah. I think it's wonderful, these sessions are giving people such a good opportunity in lots of ways to connect, as you were saying. I think that is a big part of the ethos. But it's also nice to know that there is a space for you. I think whether you've got a big support network or not, I think you can still feel quite isolated when you do feel different from the norm in some way, and you can feel like there's not a space for you. And I think it's wonderful to know there is a space, here in the local area. And if people can't find a space for themselves, you've carved one out here, and you can go, take my hand, come out here into Transpiration Wellbeing. We've made a space for you, and you'll always be welcome here, and always welcome in Lancaster and Morecambe. It's a lovely thing.
Yeah. No, I think nature is a space, one of the first spaces where I really felt like I could be myself, and it's really nice being able to sort of bring community into that as well.
Yeah, it's definitely nice that it comes from a personal place, and I think it's nice that, all the volunteers here are just normal people. They're just people who want to listen and talk and chat, and everyone has, a like-minded connection with nature and an interest in nature and sustainability, and it's a lovely thing, everyone's very relaxed, everyone's very friendly. And I really hope that some more people can listen to this and think, that's somewhere I'd like to go, I'd like to belong there. And you will. You can come and join in. Well, thank you so much for talking to me today, both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm here with two more people from Transpiration Wellbeing. We've got two fab volunteers here. So what are your names, pronouns if you feel like sharing, and how are you doing today?
Hi, my name is Alex. My pronouns are they, him. Feeling really good today. Just been at the group, so feeling really positive.
Fabulous.
My name's Kay, they, them pronouns, and yeah, I'm also feeling pretty good. The sun's out and we've just had our little group.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's been a lovely time today. I've been hanging out, we've been painting and varnishing and decorating a bug house. That's really nice. These are the kind of activities that you tend to find yourself doing a lot. Is it all the activities kind of centre around nature?
Yeah, nature, well-being. The other week we were looking at butterfly specimens, just lots of activities connected to nature. Also just walking around the site as well, seeing what we can find.
That's
all
fab.
the different bugs and creatures around and the different plants. At the groups you can be as involved as you want. You can do all the activities, or you can just sit and hang out with us, have a chat. It's really chill.
That's fab. So would you say that's one of your favourite things in the group, Alex, is to be able to just kind of relax and have the time and space to exist, be yourself?
Yeah, just hanging out with other trans and non-binary people, having the space to chat about what we want, whether it's related to our transness or not, exploring nature together and just having a really nice time together.
I feel like we're creating this really nice community of trans and non-binary and questioning people. There's lots of different people that come to the group, either for the sessions or the drop-ins.
Yeah.
We've had lots of different age ranges come as well, which I think has been really nice.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Even just in any community group, getting to hang out with people of different ages, it just enriches you. You get to hear different stories, you get different viewpoints, different experiences. It's so nice.
And I think it's really validating as well for because I'm 24, to meet sort of like older trans and non-binary people. It's just really nice and really beautiful.
Yeah, and some people have travelled from quite far to come to the group as well,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
which I found quite nice.
We've had people from the North Lakes and then also like South Lancashire as well.
Wow.
So it's been really nice. We've had a far reach.
Yeah.
It's
So
really
it really
lovely.
shows that this is, it's providing something that people might not get in their local area.
It's
but
providing
also,
something that's needed, I think. Yeah.
Definitely something that's needed, and something that, they might be coming because they don't have one there, but also they might be coming because this is one of the best ones in the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely think it's a lovely space. So do you get involved in kind of, as volunteers, do you kind of just facilitate? Do you host activities? Do you bring ideas to the group?
Yeah, we bring ideas, generally like facilitate. Like doing the bug house over the last couple of weeks was my idea, and I was really glad that we were able to make a big bug house together, and it's been a really nice group activity. And also like not just the volunteers, but anyone that comes to the group that has an idea of something that they might like to do, we can facilitate that and make that happen.
Oh, that's great. So someone can come and go, I've got an idea for a group project, and it's always heard, and it can actually become reality, and everyone can chip in. It's nice to do stuff together as a group. It's nice to look at a finished project and go, oh, you did that bit, I did this bit, we all work together. It's proper creativity, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
And it's like a lasting memory of the events and the groups as well, which is nice to look back on.
Yeah,
That's true.
It's nice. I noticed you've got some really nice name and pronoun badges that have been written very colourfully on some circles of wood that you've got hanging around your neck.
Thank you.
Great.
Yeah, we made this in like the first session, just so we can all get to know each other a bit. I really like having it at the session so people can see my name and pronouns when they meet me.
It's lovely. It seems very friendly as well.
Thanks.
Yeah. Oh. What's something that you might have liked to hear on your first session if you were a little bit nervous, a bit unsure about what these sessions involve?
Well, we're all super friendly, the volunteers and everyone that comes to the group. Just knowing you can be as involved as you want to be, like you're welcome to sit on the sidelines. You're welcome to talk to us about anything. We've got a few of us that are mental health first aiders that volunteer as well. We keep resources nearby, like wellbeing resources, also crisis resources if anyone needs those.
Oh, that's fantastic. So it's providing not just a nice space in nature, but also if anyone's really struggling, they can get kind of, therapy level support with that. They can get some real assistance and some resources.
Yeah, and also I think people come here because they want the sort of connection with nature and also the connection with each other. So kind of when you turn up, you can be aware that kind of other people are in a similar situation to you. They're here to kind of like make friends and do lovely nature bits together.
Yeah, everyone's very like-minded, people are here, and it starts off conversations well because you've got things in common. You can go like, oh, are you interested in like bird sounds? Are you interested in like identifying different things to forage in nature? You can have some good conversation topics because everyone's quite like-minded and being at least interested in nature and natural surroundings.
I feel like we're all learning from each other as well. I learn a lot from these groups just about nature and identifying different plants, identifying different butterflies.
Yeah. So how did you both get involved in Transpiration Wellbeing, both as volunteers and participants?
Yeah, so a few years ago I got involved with the Bay, the Blueprint for Recovery. I signed up to do that as a participant because I was feeling really isolated and really wanted to connect to nature in my area, and it was Alex that was running the groups, and I was in I was in quite a bad place when I first started going to the groups, and they helped me massively.
Wow.
And then just to be involved in this as a volunteer and to be helping other people out as a trans person, helping to facilitate space for other trans people is just really warming my heart, and it just feels really rounded for me to be like doing this and helping other people. And also, like, I grew up in this area, and I was coming out as a teenager, and there was not much stuff like this around.
Oh.
There was really little going on, so the fact that this group is happening and we're able to bring people together, especially in such a small place like Lancaster,
Yeah.
is just really brilliant.
I think it's lovely that, you know, you started out as someone who came to the sessions and it helped you, and now you're being able to, like you say, come full circle on your journey of recovery and be able to put that back out into the community, and not just the local community but the local trans and non-binary community, and
Yeah.
being able to go from someone who needed that resource to be like, I'm in a good place now where I can help other people who are just like I was then.
Yeah, it's really brought a sense of purpose for me that I'm so grateful for.
It's fantastic, and it's nice to know that you can go from attending these events to also helping to not just supply ideas for activities, but also help, you know, facilitate, support other people, be a bit of a mentor and a support in more of a voluntary position for these
Yeah,
people too.
and connecting with local trans people is just really nice. Like, when we first started these sessions, we were a bit like, we don't know how many people are going to come, is anyone going to show up? And then the first few sessions we were just like overwhelmed by the amount of people that have been showing up. It's been really beautiful.
Oh, wow. So how did you get involved, Kay? Would you also say that you found that it's been quite a lot more people than you expected to show up at these events?
Yeah, absolutely. So similar to Alex, I was struggling with my mental health, and then you suggested that I should go to the nature group at the Heysham allotments, and that again was really good for my mental health. Meeting you, Felix, and other people who went to the group. And then, yeah, Alex explained that he was going to start running this nature group for trans and non-binary people, and I thought, ooh, I'd love to attend, but then also not just attend as I had been to the last session. I kind of wanted to give back a little bit, so we decided to volunteer, and it was really nice. And the amount of people that have turned up to this group is just really heartwarming, because, like you said, Alex, there wasn't much like this when we were younger.
No.
Definitely agree with that. I think, you know, when I was younger, I didn't even really know the words for any of this. There wasn't much education about it, there wasn't much sense of community, and it is fabulous that there are a lot of younger people who can come to these groups as well, and they can be in the same position we were when we were younger.
Yeah.
Not sure if there's much community, and even just attending, you're immediately given the sense of realisation that I'm not alone. There is a lot of people, there's a lot of people like me, there's a lot of people who make up our local community as well.
Yeah, like, it's not just this group, there's so much more queer stuff that seems to be going on lately, like especially at the Gregson.
Yeah.
Like, just bringing the queer community together is just, it's really wholesome and beautiful.
And I think it's nice that, you know, we have a lot of groups at the Gregson, but it's nice that there's ones outside of it in nature, you know. We deserve a variety of groups as well.
Definitely,
you know?
yeah.
Not just the crafts and the dance nights and stuff at the Gregson, but it's nice to have ones outside in nature, a variety of things to join, because not everyone wants to go to the pub, not everyone wants to do crafts and book clubs, and a lot of people are missing a connection with nature. I think a lot of people in our generation are missing a connection with nature that we'd like to have, so
No, I agree.
to foster that connection with nature and with the local trans and non-binary community at the same time, it's wicked.
Yeah.
So if you're trans or non-binary or gender questioning and you're feeling this way, please do come along. Have a look at when our next sessions are, and yeah, I'd love to meet you.
Oh, fabulous. Yeah, you're definitely so nice and welcoming, like, you know, just sat down, having a chat in the sunshine. It's lovely, you know. I think I definitely want to come back again. I made a lot
Please
of friends.
do. Please do. We've got like the 2-hour session, and then we've got an hour drop in afterwards that anyone's welcome to come to. So please do come along
There's
whenever you
lots
want
of
to.
opportunities for people to join in, aren't there?
Yeah.
And I think it's so worthwhile, even if you can just make one every so often, even if you can only come for about 10 minutes, it will give you something positive to take back with you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, fab. Thank you both for talking to me today.
Thank you, Felix.
It was fantastic to have the opportunity to sit down and chat to the volunteers from Transpiration Wellbeing. If you're curious about what they do and think that you might enjoy these sessions, then you can find them on Facebook and Instagram, and you can also find links to social media and more on their Linktree. That's linktr.ee/Transpiration Wellbeing. There you can sign up for the mailing list and refer yourself for future sessions. Now here's a word from the choirmaster of the local queer community choir, which rehearses and performs at the Gregson. Take it away, Joe.
Hello, this is Joseph Hargreaves and I run the Lancaster and Morecambe Queer Community Choir, more recently known as the Shooby Doobies. Originally, the group just got together to be part of the Big Gay Sing-Along at Vintage by the Sea in 2024. We had a very short rehearsal process for that performance, but all the participants and myself had such an amazing time that we felt like we wanted it to be a bit more of a permanent group. Luckily, Queer by Gum were able to help facilitate that. If you'd like to come and join us, you'd be more than welcome. There is no experience necessary. There's no barrier to entry. We don't hold auditions. We're literally just a community choir that enjoys singing with people in our community. If you'd like to come and join us, you'd be more than welcome. Keep an eye on the Gregson website and the Queer by Gum social media pages for when we post our next lot of dates. You're about to listen to our rendition of Crazy Little Thing Called Love by Queen, and this is actually where we got our name from, the Shooby Dooby, so keep an ear out for that.
That was a fantastic lively sing-along. If you're interested in hearing more from the Queer Community Choir, then now we're on to a perfect section for you. What's on at the Gregson? The Gregson's home to over 70 regular groups and a range of community events and celebrations. So what have we got going on over the next month? We've got a lot, but here's just a few of the great events happening this June. On the 20th of June, we have Funky Film Night presented by the Meter Men and Jazz Offline, raising funds for the Disasters Emergency Committee. expect a range of jazz and funk played alongside retro-curated film snippets with plenty of room for dancing. Tickets are £10 and this event runs from 8 p.m. The day after, on the 21st, Queer Ceilidh is back with the vibrant Escrig Ceilidh band for the summer solstice. No experience necessary, as the band lead everyone in a range of lively dances for a night of queer joy and celebration. Tickets are £10, with doors opening at 7 and dancing starting from past. Topping off that busy weekend, we have the wonderful Queer Pride at the Gregson. There's a range of activities and performances happening throughout the day, including live music, such as the Queer Choir at 3 p.m, drag performers from 4 till 6, crafts, film screenings, burlesque workshops, and so much more. This event is free and open to all. Thanks so much to Queer by Gum for making it happen. We end the month with more live music as we welcome back the sensational 8-piece jazz band Cada on the 27th of June, joined by their friends Bopgun, who bring deep grooves and big solos. Tickets £10. You can book tickets and get all the juicy details for these events and so much more on our website, gregson.co.uk. If you're looking to spend more time in your local LGBTQ community, then you'll be gladly welcomed at a range of regular events hosted at the Gregson and beyond. Queer by Gum host football practice every Monday, Thursday's social hangout every Thursday, craft club every Sunday, and book club the first Sunday of every month. Queer Boots host a queer film club on the first Tuesday of every month, as well as Lancaster's longest running queer dance night, with the next one happening Friday the 18th of July, and after that will be a Halloween spectacular on the 31st of October. There's many more community events than these, such as the inclusive gigs hosted by Backy J and Folio, who you might have heard interviewed on our last episode. Find out more on our website and socials, or by popping in for a chat. We'd love to meet you. Now, to sing us out, it's the wonderful Queer Community Choir again, singing a special arrangement written for LGBTQ choirs by the talented singer-songwriter Katie Rose Bennett.
I want to feel safe. I don't want to feel scared. Don't want to feel this rage. Just want to be heard. And I can't believe it's happening all over again. Were you not listening? Or did you choose to forget? I know for sure, it's not too much to ask. To want to feel safe, to be who we are. I know for sure, it's not too much to ask. To want to feel safe, to be who we are.
You've been listening to Radio Gregson, a podcast by the community, for the community. If you enjoyed this episode, tune in next month where we will hear more inspiring stories and community voices. We'd love to hear from you. If you have an idea for an episode or want to be part of Radio Gregson, you can drop us an email anytime at radio@gregson.co.uk. This is your podcast after all. I'm Felix, and this is Radio Gregson.